Hey guys, got a new tool. A new toy for the shop. I'm going to do unbox and review. VULCAN. So this is the OMNIPRO 220 VULCAN welder from Harbor Freight. It does MIG, it does TIG, it does stick and spool gun. All in one package. It's 220 or 110. So that covers everything I need. Basically, I'm replacing my shop welder, which just went on the fritz, and I don't have time to get it repaired or monkey around with it, so I just went ahead and got another welder. Can't have too many welders, I figured. So, first thing out of the box, I got a clamp, ground clamp. I've got a thingy. I got a electrode holder. Don't need that. Not doing any stick welding. Aha. Very glad to see this. It does come with its own regulator for our gas bottle. I won't be running MIG, so I don't have to buy another one of those or steal it from another one of my welders here in the shop. Like that. We have ourselves a gas hose, so that's going to run between the regulator and the machine itself. We've got here a 220 plug, 14 gauge wire. Really, 14 gauge. Okay. Got a handy dandy little wire gauge in here. We have a 110 plug, won't be needing that. And we have our MIG torch. Alright, this is definitely a small torch. I'm going to have to look and see if that's upgradable, because I would call that more hobby grade. But we'll see how it runs. We're going to be burning some 1/4 inch, some 1/8 inch, some 3/16 plate steel. Alright, now for the welder itself. Here's the grand reveal. These knobs are actually rubberized. Interesting. I think I prefer them to be plastic. If I'm wearing gloves, it might be a little sticky. Getting a hold of these and not bumping them, but we'll see. See how it performs. Alright, home button for the screen. I'm wondering if this is a touch screen. I haven't even looked into that yet. And then a back button. It's probably not. Boom, boom, use the dials, on off switch. I've heard you have to be very careful with this switch. Make sure it positively goes all the way to off or on. Don't let it fall in between, because that could damage the internals. I like that it's got a handle in the center. You pick it up. It's an inverter welder, so it's not very heavy. I didn't really want an inverter welder, but the time frame that I had only allowed me to purchase this welder from my local Harbor Freight. So I bought it on sale. I got the Inside Trap Club. I paid $840. It's normally $1,100, so I would say for what you're getting in the package, it's probably a pretty good price. Well, let's get this thing plugged up, fired up, and see how she runs. let's just take a look. I kind of ran off on an angle here, but ignore my bad welding. Just look at what it did in this little fillet weld here. Sorry, the lighting is not great in this particular spot, but looks real good. Right out of the box with no tweaking, no tuning, nothing at all. Just gives me a beautiful weld. Same thing on this inside weld. An internal fillet weld here. Yeah, that's a fillet. Both are really. And really happy with that. So my first impressions, I'm digging it. It's right out of the box, the thing's working great. So I got no complaints there. If I had my druthers, I wouldn't have this digital interface. I'd rather just have some simple controls so I can adjust my feed and I can adjust my amperage. I don't need all that. So I have, I can't just walk up and make this thing and do exactly what I want. I have to go through its interface. That kind of slows me down. I'm sure I'll get used to it quickly. But that's the best I can come up with as a nitpick. Other than that, pretty happy about it. So I'm going to get right to welding. I've got a project here I was in the middle of for a customer, and my other welder went down. I had no choice but to get a new welder. So that's what spurred me to get the new Harbor Freight Vulcan welder. It was basically the biggest welder they had, and I need something that can handle shop duty. So they call it professional welder. It is an inverter welder, so I'm not crazy about that, but they didn't have any welders available that were not inverter welders. They were all inverter welders, no actual transformer based welders. So we'll see how that goes. I expect the duty cycle's lower. I've looked at the numbers and they don't seem to be a whole lot different than my previous welder, which is a transformer welder. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and burn this assembly together and see how it looks. All right, Ryan, I reckon we're right up against the duty cycle. So 2.5 minutes on, 7.5 off is what I'm reading in the manual. So we'll take a look and see how this thing's performing. Got some vertical welds and then horizontal, and everything's looking pretty good to me. So I'll go ahead and get this thing finished. I think I got to play with my gas setting a little bit, but this thing is a go right out of the box. Real happy. So I think that'll conclude it for my unboxing and initial review, or initial impressions and review of this welder. I'll try to post more content on it as I use it. Thanks for watching.